Let's shake means let's boogie. Let's get down. All right.
They had like kitchen utensils. They had like motherfucking crutches and shit.
50 got stabbed that day, right? He didn't get stabbed, right?
Shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay.
So there's been a kerfuffle. All right, guys. There's been a dust up. All right. Ja Rule just recently got kicked off of a Delta flight flying out of JFK after a confrontation with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. And a lot of it's on tape. We're going to go through the tapes. All right. Now, we just covered Yayo and Murder a couple of days ago after they went to the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. Now, that's taped out of New York City. So they were flying from New York to somewhere else. They were in first class. Ja Rule comes in, and Ja Rule is actually sitting in the row, literally in front of Yayo and Murder. And, you know, this has been a long-standing beef. It's damn near 30 years ago at this junction, all right? You have 50 Cent and G-Unit on one side of the coin, right? And G-Unit being where Tony Yayo was a part of G-Unit. And on the other side, it is Murder Inc., Ja Rule, and R.I.P. Irv Gotti. All right, but yeah, these guys is 50 plus years old, still beefing, still jaw-jacking at each other. So in the spirit of the content, you know, we go over masculinity content, confrontation content. So we're going to go through this right here, all right? But before we get into it, let's go over some clips of how it is that we got here.
You talking about 50 beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta?
This nigga crazy, man.
Gilly said, hold on, go back to that part.
What happened, man?
50 beat up Ja Rule in Atlanta. Like, he was there. Rest in peace to Chaz. I know Fifth ain't really with him like that. Many man, Slim switch side to me. I'm just truthful, like real street shit. To tell y'all, because y'all a street show. That's why I fuck with y'all. But, like, Ja Rule and them, we there, Chaz there. Chaz like, go in the hotel. Yeah, it was so good. All right, cool. Ja Rule there. This is after 50 got murdered. I don't believe you. Black Child and them there. Nigga Fifth KO'd that nigga. So look, Ja Rule just come in the elevator. Murder! So look,
He didn't say that. He didn't say murder.
I can't fuck with this.
I'm not a rapper. I never was with this rapper shit, bro. I just was along for the ride, no Diddy. I wasn't with all this rapper shit. You heard? Fifth, he is Southpaw. Fifth is Southpaw.
Hold on. What did nigga running? Wait.
Any rapper want to fight?
Wait. How did the nigga run? What did the nigga run up and say?
Murder!
The visual of Ja Rule running into a room screaming murder, like right before allegedly getting knocked out, right? Crazy, right? But let's listen to more of what Yayo has to say.
Niggas had a 45, I swear to God, with no safety. If that shit was in the room, it would be a whole different scenario. Y'all don't understand how real it is. Ja Rule and them niggas would have been dead. Cause either me or 50 gonna squeeze. You come running in the studio like that, we gonna squeeze. So I swear on my dead father, Ja Rule would have been dead. Chris, all them niggas that ran them would have been dead. And it wouldn't have been no 50 Cent story.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they didn't.
It would have been Ja Rule got killed. Not lucky for them, it didn't happen.
Lucky for everyone.
They had like bitch niggas. They had like kitchen utensils. They had like motherfucking crutches and shit.
50 got stabbed that day, right? He didn't get stabbed, right?
Shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay. He got
cut. Motherfucker had a scratch.
He got cut a little.
You want to see what I got? You look on my finger right here. If you look on my finger, I got cut right there. Just look bad because it was sliced and meat was hanging. No homo.
So although we can laugh at some of this now, it was serious for them 25 years ago, whenever this was. And ever since then, and even into their 50s, they've constantly gone back and forth, usually with 50 being the winner of the social media situations.
You had a beef with Ja Rule.
That's old.
But I understand that in October you did something to get back at Ja Rule. Please tell the people what you did.
I bought the first 4 rows in this concert. It was like on Groupon for $15. It wasn't a big deal.
So when he came out, there's nobody in the first 4 rows of his concert?
When you come and there ain't nobody in the front seats. You gotta still perform like everybody's here.
We do not want to with you. Say one nice thing about Ja Rule.
Well, he's alive. What do you say me for?
I mean, things like that have gone on for years. About a year or so ago, when Irv Gotti died, 50 posted about it, right? Like, they've been at each other's necks for a long time now. But at the same time, Ja Rule has never backed down.
You don't gotta love both, but you gotta respect both. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate both. My take is unpopular. I feel like I was the better rapper. I felt like I made the better records. I feel like my records aged better. That's how I feel inside. I don't know how everybody else feels. The reality is, it's whatever you want it to be.
You should like both. That's what I'm saying. I think most sane people have grown to be like, I like both of these guys. Like, they both made music that made my childhood.
You gotta like both, because one is an imitation of the other.
Explain that a little bit.
We started this whole show with talking about how I kind of ushered in that kind of melodic flow, melodic sound. Now, I didn't start that. There's been rappers that did it before me. You could go into Bone Thugs and Harmony, which they had a very specific sound that nobody can do, but you can go all the way back to who I give the credit to is Curtis Blow. He's the first artist that ever sang a whole rap record. But what I say that I created and what I ushered into hip hop is the duet. Before I did what I did, you would take a rapper and an R&B singer, and their mashup would be rapper sings 16 bars on the singer's record. That's it. Or R&B singer sings hook on rapper's record. Never was it I'm Real, where it was you're on the hook, I'm on the hook, she got a verse, I got a verse, we're intertwining on the verses. It was never that until I created that. And the only reason why I was able to create that is because I wrote it. You're a young artist, you get the opportunity to write a record or write a record for Jennifer Lopez at the time. It's like, yo, like I gotta be on this motherfucker, not just with a verse, you know what I'm saying? I need more. So in writing that record, I put myself in it as much as I could, and that became what people know to be today as the new hip hop R&B mashup.
It's interesting being from New York and hearing Ja say that, you know, he has way more long-lasting hits. You gotta understand, growing up in New York at the time, right, it was, damn, before 50, it was Ja Rule, DMX, and Jay-Z. Those three were battling for supremacy at the time. And yeah, and it might seem crazy to people, but Ja Rule had New York in a chokehold during like the late night, like very early 2000s. But I do think Ja Rule has a point here, all right? Think about like Get Rich or Die Trying, classic album. Okay, classic, but from a rap perspective. But when you think about those long-lasting, right, like, every little thing that we do should be between me and you, like, classic. But yeah, I'm 40 years old right now, and yeah, it happened when I was 15, so that was 25 years ago. That lets you know how long that they've been beefing. But quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. Let's get on to the altercation that most recently happened. So Ja Rule was the first to give a statement over to TMZ, and he says, "I clocked Tony Yayo in our fight on flight." Let's take a look at the video real quick. Let's shake means let's boogie. Let's get down, all right? Let's hash this out like men. That's Uncle Murder over here. All right, it's obvious that the passer goers in the flight had absolutely no, my man over here with his hands up, have absolutely no idea that this is Ja Rule. But anyway, Ja Rule is setting the record straight after he and Tony Yayo turned a routine cross-country flight into a tense mid-air showdown that was captured on video. Okay, check out Ja's tweet about the ordeal after TMZ contacted him for comment. He said he popped on these punks and threw a pillow at Yayo's head because he's soft. He had no regrets about the snafu, calling it hilarious. I popped on these punks by myself on a plane, laughing my ass off, P-ass ninjas. I threw the pillow at Yayo because you soft. Knock your hat off. Ish was hilarious. Via TMZ. Hi, Ja. Jamie here from TMZ. Reaching out for comment regarding a Delta flight you were on Sunday morning. Witnesses tell us San Francisco, is that what that is? To JFK, where Ja Rule got into an argument. Okay, so they were going to New York. All right, with Tony Yayo on the flight. Ja was the aggressor and yelled profanities. Okay, saying he wanted to fight, then throwing a pillow at Yayo. Crew stepped in and pulled both guys off of the plane for a bit. Yayo yelled back that the planes are federal offense territories and that he did nothing wrong. So TMZ obtained the exclusive video capturing to the heated verbal dispute aboard a Delta flight from San Fran to New York City Sunday morning, where things boiled over between the two shortly after boarding. All right. This might be the first fight that first class and Delta has ever experienced. Yo, this look back is hilarious. So this version of the video was actually posted to 50 Cent's Instagram. Let's go over there to watch this video.
Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Suck ass up. Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane.
All right.
Regulations prohibit the use of cellular networks during flight, the use of Wi-Fi to make video or voice calls.
Niggas made Ja Rule.
He got kicked off.
Are in the resting position.
All right. 50 says here he was by himself, so we had to make a scene so they could remove his scary ass. LOL. Yayo said, S my D. The gay stewardess said it's going down. LOL. He was also in the very next seat, like in front, right? There should be some type of damn scan software that if you know people is beefing. I'm being facetious when I say this. I don't think we should really invest money in the scenes, but like that would have avoided this. All right. Risk mitigation. All right. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Shout out to AV. Not smoke duck time in first class with some laughing emojis. You can see Yayo right there with the laughing emojis with 14,000 likes. You can even see Uncle Murder followed up a little bit down below. Let me get it down here. Uncle Murder with some laughing emojis. I'm just happy it didn't actually turn to blows. I mean, we've seen a couple of confrontations in, the recent month or two, that could have gotten just bad, right? I'm just happy that it didn't. Nevertheless, let's go over to TikTok to see some of the reactions.
Ja Rule, Tony Yayo, and Uncle Murder. Everybody in this situation done had a colonoscopy. Everybody in this situation qualify for AARP roadside assistance. Lord, what is wrong with y'all old niggas, man? Come on, listen. Y'all on an international flight. Y'all niggas is throwing pillows at it's niggas out here who ain't getting enough money to sleep with a pillow on a daily basis. Y'all niggas starting this shit internationally. Come on now. Now listen, I got two different views from both sides. I ain't picking a side. Ja Rule, listen, if you started it, I see why. The first thing my brother taught me when I hopped off the porch, you don't never let no you don't know or don't like and got beef with sit behind your head.
Yeah.
You just set yourself up for destruction. So if you started it, I see why. Now, I don't think you started it. I'm just going ahead and say that. I know how Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo is about 50, and I know that you had to self-defend yourself.
What's actually hilarious about this is that this is not the first time that Ja Rule has actually seen someone from G-Unit on a flight.
On the plane. Yeah. Man, so do y'all see each other? No, like, I saw him. Yeah, we sat right in first class. Like, he sat on the other side, like by the window. So somebody sitting at the actual edge of it. See, and then I sat down and I kept getting up and moving around and things.
Seeing if anything would happen.
Just making him uncomfortable because I knew that he was by himself. It was like him and another guy. How you get a bully? I'm the victim.
I've heard this before.
Are you?
I've been victimized so many times. You know what? Nobody hears. All they hear is the shot. They don't see the person get slapped before it gets to that point. They see the big response. They don't see what actually caused all of the things to happen. You know what I mean? So it's really, and Josh, because he wasn't involved with nothing. It just was him taking credit.
Do you ever see you and Ja like
pictures together? Will we see an Insta-vid or?
Nah, that won't happen.
Wow.
Come on, babe. Like, some things don't just go away. Like, it just won't go away. Like, when the weather get ready to change and I can feel it, it reminds me that I should have a problem.
After hearing this and knowing that they've been in first class together, I have no doubt that Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo was jaw-jacking that Ja Rule. But let's proceed.
It makes sense that you would start with both of them on an international flight to get kicked off, first of all. Secondly, now we got to go to the other side. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. Y'all been being 50 YN since I was little. Wearing them damn G-Unit tank tops, man, with the candy cane stripes. Come on, y'all. Y'all couldn't sit on this flight and wait till y'all got off the start. To me, the people who start recording knows to antagonize the situations like this. Yeah, talking to you, Uncle Murder. This the farthest from an uncle you've been acting lately. Everybody in this situation, if y'all was to fight, y'all gonna feel it the next day and miss y'all first performance. Let's be real. Come on now. Y'all know them knees is shot. All I know out of this situation is 50 Cent is really the damn man, bro. Because 50 nowhere near here, and all this stem over from him. 50, put me in power. That you know I ain't going to say nothing about you. Put me in power. But let me tell you something.
I think
if we have
I've had enough. It's a little bit too loud for me.
I just know I didn't see a video of two men bullying another man to getting off of a plane. I know I didn't just see that. Uncle Murder posted a video with him and Tony Yayo on a plane sitting behind Ja Rule. Uncle Murder is recording Ja Rule. Like, look at this sucker, blah, blah, blah. Tony laughing. And Ja Rule turns around and says, I know you two police soft so-and-so ain't talking. In the next clip, they show Ja Rule's off the plane. Where'd he go? What happened? There's a lot of context we're missing, but still, those two men are still on the plane. You are not. What happened? I just pray they didn't bully you off the plane. Ain't no way. I don't care if it's 50. Not 50 Cent, but 50 people. Like, we all on the plane. You can't do nothing to me up here.
Here's the thing, though, is like at Ja Rule, if you sitting right in front of him, right? This is not 2 seats ahead. This is not 3 seats ahead. This is, they can lean forward and they in your ear. Like, and these is dudes or is part of a crew that, you know, claim that you would have died on a specific night if they all had, you know what I mean? And this is serious. This is serious. Back in the day, at least, everyone's over 50 at this current junction. But as a man, you're going to sit here and allow dudes right behind you to disturb you, right? Either you could say you could want to have your seat moved, but what if the flight's full? So instead, Ja Rule got loud, chose the crash out method, right? And now the perception is that, you know, he got bullied off of the flight, you know, when he tried to post first to TMZ in order to kind of control the narrative. And he could have wanted to just get off the flight anyway because he saw, you know, no way in sitting directly in front of him. But I've said this previously is that within situations like this, you know, if you get into your emotions, right, and you pop off like that, then it allows the people that are getting you out of your character to control you. Inevitably, they wanted him off of the flight, and now he is off of the flight.
I think Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder that pulled some sucker shit, to be honest. Like, you know, what's crazy is, you know, I like Ja, I like 50, I like all of them, but, you know, sometimes you got to call things out when you got to call them out, man. And I just thought what they did to Ja on that plane, that was some sucker shit. You know, that goes back to the video I recently did, or a couple of videos I've done about man boys, you know what I'm saying? Just people that think because you got a certain amount of people with you that people are supposed to be afraid and all of this other shit. And from what I'm hearing, Ja still stood on business. And you could tell because the video is completely edited on Uncle Murder and them in. But I just thought that was just some sucker ass shit, man, to be honest, man. Like, that's the problem now, man. Grown men, you know, you playing around with other grown men. Ja's a grandfather. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, everybody got something to live for, you know, so what's the point of being put in a position where you could risk it all?
That's a fact.
You know, doing some sucker shit, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, that's just how it is, man. You know, like I said, the man boys, I'm telling you, I despise people like that. You know, those are the kind of people I grew up beating up back in the day, man. I grew up beating those kind of clowns up, man. You know, so... And it's not on some bully shit. It's just saying, man, hey, you have people that's gonna stand on business that don't need people around. You know, and that's honestly, that's how you can tell who's a man and who's not. You know, because a man not gonna worry about what he have against him or whatever the case is. You know, some people just stand on business, you know, and that's just what it is, man. I just thought it was some sucker shit, man. Peace.
Yeah, listen, and shout out to this brother right here. I feel his comments at the end here, and it, you know, it helps me understand that, you know, it's all dependent upon, right, the way that people are responding to this is all just based off, or at least the people that are involved in a direct situation is just based off of how you incentivized, right? There's a way to act if you are a grown man living in reality, and then there's also a way to act in order to get entertainment out of something. What drives much of the entertainment? There is not a movie, a show, a story ever that has been created without conflict. Conflict breeds entertainment. Shit, even the content that I do, oftentimes I am in conflict with the things that I'm presenting with you guys in front of the screen. I just can do it in the comfort and the beauty of my own office, right? And not have to be into reality and deal with people, you know, to that degree. So I just find it interesting that, you know, Ja Rule references, you know, kind of in reality what he was able to do and maintain from a music perspective. And 50 ain't no slouch either. But what has also happened during that time is the rise of the internet. And 50, without a doubt, is the undefeated internet champ. He understands beef from the reality that he grew up in South Ozone Park, Jamaica, Queens. He understands the internet, right, and how to conduct oneself in order to generate eyes, get attention, push brands. And he's not afraid of the warfare, and he damn sure don't care what people think about him. And he can actually fight in real life. So with all of that, he can definitely address things from a different perspective. But I'll say all this, right, because as we look at, you know, situations like this happen, this is within the entertainment industry, right? They're leveraging this in order to, you know, get something out of it. Maybe not Ja so much in this situation, but definitely 50 and everybody over there at G Unit are leveraging this, right? But how this is being conducted is not how men should be conducting themselves within reality. It don't pay most of our bills to have beef or conflict within our life, all right? So that's why, you know, for situations like this, I think that as men, we should address disrespect early and directly, you know, while it's still small, before it turns into, you know, situations like this. And then all of a sudden you hear 30 years later and you still at odds with somebody, all right? Because once you see like someone like 50 who is committed to chaos and is willing to go to Satan's lair to bring you down into it, and then his followers find it funny and or entertaining because you're not willing to go to the depths of hell, like you will never win in that situation. All right. This is also why I don't entertain beefs or anything like this on this platform, right? If I see anything that is brewing or stewing, right, I cut access. I continue to tighten my circle and let my actions speak louder than any word that I can say from this mic right here. All right. And I don't care the degree of money, the reputation, or the opportunities, right? Because ain't nothing going to get me up off of my piece. Ain't nothing going to get me off of my stand. All right. Guys, drop me down below what it is that you think about the entirety of this situation. I appreciate you guys for constantly coming back to the channel and rocking with me. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of different opinions from the music community, a lot of different opinions about, you know, with fans of Ja versus fans of 50. Let's hear it. I want to hear it all down up in the comment box down below. I appreciate you guys for constantly rocking with me, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right. Until next time. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.